So pests, yeah, and so taking care of that, not just for dogs, obviously, but also for human beings, as we get an Azal ill-fated double whammy run, but we'll do our best with what we've got. But yeah, I can tell that story when we get there. Let's just get this run set up, and I will continue on with what I want to talk about. I think we're moving on to the next character, I believe, but we have ill-fated, random item stats, and 3 custom mysteries. So, as we get into a Zal ill-fated custom character, random item stats, this is not Harbinger of Doom difficulty, but I'll set that up. Oh my goodness, timestamps, no! But yeah, that was the primary concern, because that results in a big, let's just say, trying to clean the place where we live in. And that's all I really have to say. So, just making sure we're on Harbinger of Doom, and let's actually get into a Zal ill-fated random item stats, 3 custom mysteries, and a custom character with 5 strength, 7 dexterity, 4 perception, 5 knowledge, 6 charisma, and I don't know how much luck, but we're on ill-fated. We do have a charisma check as well, but first, second encounter, Takshi-san, second mystery in that order, into charisma, strength, and maybe a light check. Let's level up now, though, so I can see. I don't know if this character has fame. We're going to reroll once just to see, and I still can't tell, so we're just going to take charisma and try to run ally attack. We're on Azal, so we could end up getting a thingy. Am I going crazy? Yeah, Azal. We could end up getting the ally rule. If so, we'll have to swerve, but that's the risk I'm going to take. At some point, we're likely to get the ally rule, but if it happens later rather than sooner, maybe we get away with it. But yeah, what I really want to talk about was the in my place where I live, I have to deal with pests as we get Sailor, Teacher, Bloom, Goal, and Story. Well, that's going to be interesting. I have to take one of these now. I think I'd rather take a combat mystery. And as long as we don't run into the ally rule relatively early, we can still deal with what we've got on our plate. So that means I'm not going to prepare. Hopefully I did enable the illegal den. I did not get any. Wow, I really didn't get any. 7 charisma for the loss. I'm gonna. Oh, I should have actually. No, yeah, I shouldn't have spent the experience. I should have rerolled first just to see, but it's too late now. And into the legal den I go. So, Hermit, Fujiko, and Ryuichi, and the one monument use later, and off I go. So, yeah, but our dogs, and therefore the area I'm around, I think there are a few factors, but I don't know for sure, so I'm not going to accuse anything or anyone, but just know that, yeah, we're dealing with some pests, and I am trying to do my best to make sure that's not a problem. But as we sit here, I think I just do this, just take the safe way out. I could throw a kick in, but there's not really any point. We're gonna 2-turn this no matter what. Fujiko is helpful for the extra kick damage, but yeah, so basically trying to clean everything, and so that caused me to, well, hurriedly try to get things done, and things were not done properly, and so I just became really sad. That being said, we have a max threat level 4, so let's do this. At this point, you could meme it up or maybe seriously say, "Oh, Jordan's stinky, dirty." But I mean, like, things happen. Sometimes it could be something out of your control. Now, I'm not a pest expert, so there's no way for me to know for sure what exactly happened. But it's not great. But yeah, I'd rather have, so to focus back on little World of Horror for a moment, it is better to just have the allies with me. The only bad situation is if the ally rule slapped me immediately, because then it wouldn't matter which. If you have one mystery where you can at least use ally attack, it still would benefit for you in like a mystery like this where you have a lot of encounters that slap you hard specifically. But as for this encounter, I think we just drink the bottle of water and toss it instead. Funny enough, because this empty bottle can be worth stuff. Oh my goodness, I'm going crazy. Well, I think we can brace into a sever, right? Yeah, we can. So we can take less damage. But either way, an extra -1 all damage, maybe even 3. But let's just assume -1 all damage. If I have to throw the empty bottle for that, that is a loss of HP overall. But it's like, I'm not going to cry over it. I'm gonna cry a little bit though. So, as we move into our last thing, and actually I should just level up here. If not, okay, so we have the shop. Well, as to be expected, we have the shopper perks, obsessive shopper perk pack, and something else. I think petty thief. So we don't have fame, which is not great for me. But if things work out, they work out. Now, if I miss both of these, that would be really sad. But can't do any better anyway, so we might as well just gamble again. And off we go. We have one item in inventory, so we took 2 doom there, but could be worse. Now, I do need to store my items because of that rule, but we'll deal with it for the moment. And off we go. Teacher, or I think I'd rather take gold. Hopefully we don't get the ally rule. Okay, good. We get the spell rule, which we've used all of our spells, so I don't need to worry about that. Would be nice to grab another ally. Oh, that's right. I'm on ill-fated as well. But if we don't get it, I mean, we gotta do the best of what we got. I keep forgetting we're on ill-fated. It doesn't really matter, though, because at least... Okay, if that doesn't punish you, I should not be picking the right option. The option on the right, but... I just have to... I know I have to take guaranteed outs anyway, like the other 98% of the time, because, well, we're gonna fail every single stat check. Unless we have a requirement, which is a small little upside to characters that have strong perks for events. Even just quick thinking, it'd be really, really great. And yeah, I mean, not really much else to say there. Might as well toss double ally attack. Better chance of hitting both of those attacks than dodging and going for an ally attack. Pretty sure I can dodge into an ally attack. If I can't, well, hey. Hey, not really much else to say. We're gonna fail everything, so just fight the Grey Seer with our body. And let me just check to see, out of curiosity. Okay, so we can dodge. 9 dexterity, but... Is this better than gambling on 267%? And it's not even 60... Well, this is not even 67% or 50% because this attack is not guaranteed. So, that's why I would rather go for 2 ally attacks. Because if I'm going to hit one anyway... anywho. That being said, I'm getting really close to dying. So, we're going to gamble on an 80%. And if I lose here, well, I have done math wrong. I thought I actually had enough. Okay, we'll do another run. Oh my goodness gracious. Azal run again. The game really wants me to play Azal. Kira's Birthmark with 2 custom mysteries. But at least we're not on ill-fated, so I can actually pass events. Though we are still on Azal. So you know what? I think for this run, we are going to buy a weapon. So off we go. Take a peek at the lighthouse. Always good to peek. Unless you just want to be brave. But second mystery, dexterity, knowledge, light, charisma, and then maybe Toxius on no second encounter. But definitely a lot of stamina damage if I don't manage my stats, if I choose to do that. Probably should have just taken the hardware store instead, but it's too late now, so... Shrug! That being said, this character starts with funds, right? And signed contract, so... We super get funds. The problem is, if we can't use more of those funds, but hey. Bulletin, Sailors, Scissors, Teen, and Labyrinth. So Labyrinth, Scissors definitely is the first 3, which means I can take Bulletin here because, well, roads closed, tragedies. We'll visit the History Club once just to check, but nothing great here. So, and I'm pretty sure you're at a loss if you decide to, grab an obsessive shopper perk from the History Club, which sounds odd, but I promise that it makes sense. Oh my goodness, that's a bad meat cleaver. Can I see the army knife, please? At least we get something. I think this is a slower army knife, but not much we can do when it's the only real shop for weapons that we have. But otherwise, let's see if our event RNG matters at all, because now we're not on an ill-fated run, but we can still RNG proc curses, so whoops. But as we move off here, and I need to visit the police station, we do have Bulletin. We are in Bulletin right now. So let's take care of the forest investigations, while also putting police patrols in there with the police station. And off we go. And then I guess to close out the topic of pests, if anyone has any, I mean, obviously there are specific home remedies for, say, certain pests. But if you have any, or just you want to share an experience, then let me know. But otherwise, as we sit on, you know what? This doesn't count, right? No, it doesn't. Not enough experience, so we just lose reason. But if we get the experience rule, we could actually lower Doom. I don't think we can, though. Don't we have the curse rule immediately? I don't even remember which rule I got hit by. 2 for each ally, which we don't have any anymore. But it's a good thing I didn't go for ally attack, because then we would have gotten punished there. But this encounter, on the other hand, we just take the 5% doom. Our doom is already increasing to a high level, but not much I can do when the game decides, hey, I'm not going to toss you any good weapons, so wait for the army knife, and I'm like, okay. But as we get our funds robbed from us again, let's find out. Inspect it more, and get nothing from that, but maybe the other, I think it's because the other 2 choices also just lower. Stuff could sell the crowbar if I really wanted to, but rather throw it. Or just maybe wait to throw it or sell it. And let's see what happens. We don't have funds, but custom events don't care normally. So, hey, fun! And no, I did not take fun from... well, I know it's a phrase used in a certain fortress of dwarves, but I just say it myself too, and you just have to take me at my word because I have no way to prove that for myself. But as we get time skipped into 43% Doom, let's see if we get the experience roll. If we don't, actually, we could just get enough experience for it to not matter anymore. But it will at least still stave off some bad stuff. So, never mind. We get the item inventory rule, which means I should just get rid of Mind Wipe so I can level up soon. We take reason. I almost thought it was stamina damage. We take stamina damage from it, but hey, we're on timeline B anyway, so no chance for these scissors. That being said, I don't think I'd want them anyway because my doom is already high. But hey, bow clap by the way, so bow for claps. Actually, I should just leave the crowbar with me because I can just store everything when need be. That goes double for the old coin. Oh, my tummy. But yeah, we'll see what happens. By the way, yes, I did see a certain direct, and I know characters are coming back. This character often comes back, but let's see if she actually comes back. Try it out this time. Nope, I still failed. But yeah, I saw a lot of stuff. The direct of the remasters, because I think around half of what we saw in that direct was remakes or remasters of things. Do I want to just fight this, by the way? Yeah, I can. If I throw the crowbar, I think I can double tap this with 3 stamina. Yeah, and I'd rather do that. In fact, we got bonus damage, but I mean, it doesn't really matter because we're going to 2-turn reliably anyway. You could go for a 1-turn or a dodge turn, but no, that's not what I did. I'm going to check the diary again. Okay, bow, clap. And yeah, let's move on. If I don't get another curse... Don't I have a curse? I do have a curse. I have paranoia, but... I think we'll leave that as is. I'm going to gamble on the fact that it's going to... Nah, you know what? Let's just do the opposite. Because usually I'm gambling against myself. This time, let's do the more quote-unquote consistent thing and get rid of paranoia. But, as we move on... Are we going to be okay? So we store the wooden bat. We don't have any allies, question mark. And if we do, we're probably just leaving them there. But I'm pretty sure I don't have any allies. And bow clap 4 times to make things easier for me to remember. Scissors is my second mystery. As for my dexterity check, we can hit 8 dexterity, but we're gonna have to see. Bow, clap, clap, bow, bow. And 0% doom. But moving on, right after a level up, nothing. So we will take quick thinking to get our dexterity to 8, and then we just move on with our lives. Particularly into Labyrinth, because bosses, but we'll see about that, won't we? If I have an injury, I could get rid of it, but yeah, I don't. So what I mean by that is go into the hospital, go into the doctor's office, use my funds, and then also pick up the painkillers. But anywho. I'm always looking over at my notes and seeing that I didn't write anything down, because I swear every time, in the middle of every recording between now and last week, I always came up with something I could have talked about. Now, only like a few of those things I really could avoid talking about, but, or I really probably want to avoid talking about now that I think about it, but usually, it's not so bad. Also, am I going to survive this, by the way? 5 stamina. I feel like I don't have enough stamina for this, but I guess we're going to find out. So, you know what? Yeah, if I didn't run into anything there, let's take that. That's not great to see, but I wanted to heal some stamina, and it doesn't really matter because I'm usually just doing prep strong anyway, but let's find out if that affects my thingy. It does. By my thingy, I mean desperate struggle action, and in fact, we're taking -3 all. So, do we even get to do anything? Oh, how off was I? 86? 83. Oh yeah, that point of perception made it so that I can't do brace attack. Can I do... I can do dodge. I mean, I might as well. Yeah, the tone of my voice, I really don't like this action. But let's find out. I mean, we have to just gamble on it now because we can't even brace into anything significant anyway. And by that, I mean, I need to dodge at least 3 times in a row. That's twice. Can I get 12.5%? I can. So, this battle now turns interesting because I could guarantee a 3-turn by doing prep strong twice. But now that we're here, let's see if this is the one time where dodge decides it wants to work with me. And that's why I can only do regular attacks. Also, keep in mind I've been hitting my army knife attacks as well, so it's actually less than 50%. But, I mean, this is amazing. This is amazing. 6%. 3%. There's a 3% chance of doing all these dodges. But, now what I can choose to do is go for a 2-turn in this, although that's worse than dodge. So you know what? You know, the funny thing is, I could still go down to like 3 stamina reason. Before I could have gone down more. Yeah, so my luck was going to run out at some point. So I might as well just brace and take it easy here. So that by that I mean this is a 4 all in. This was a 4 all encounter. This encounter that does -3 all per attack did that much. Also, we don't need to do that. We can just do this, and this will do 10 damage. But if I was really feeling lucky, I would have just let rip the strong. But, anywho, that was a phrase to say. But anywho, yeah, we lost bats, so no more bathing. But, we got nothing else. So, we'll take charisma. I think I'm pretty sure I have a charisma check. Might as well check now. Not that I can get anything else to 8, maybe strength, but we don't have a strength check anyway. We do have a charisma check and a dexterity check, so that was good to get. But otherwise, a light and knowledge check mean I lose 3 stamina, 3 reason. But hey. Also, have not gotten penalized by Azal yet, but that can always change once I get an injury or a curse at all, or just an injury. That's right. We don't even have the curse rule yet. As for the experience rule, that's when I actually lose Doom, but that's just RNG in terms of the experience rule ever appearing, because there is a chance it doesn't appear, right? Because there are 7 Azal packs. Let me try to remember them off the top of my head. Curse, injury, ally, experience, items in inventory. I shouldn't have. Oh my goodness. I didn't know that's what okay, well, let me just try to remember Azal rules. Oh yeah. Spells, curses, injuries, allies, items, experience. And I feel like there's one more that I'm forgetting. Oh, funds? Is that it? Funds? Let me try to count that again. Funds, allies, curses, spells, injuries, items, and... I'm going crazy. This is the end of the video, by the way. There's no way to save myself, I'm pretty sure. But let's see here. Oh my goodness. Funds, items, because I tried to group them in my head. Funds, items, injury, spells, curses, allies. Experience, that's what it is. So 3 from the UI, so that's the way I remember this. There's 3 things in the UI now anyway. The way I remember it now is that 3 things in the UI: experience, items, and funds, and then the other 4 come from status. If there's an 8th, let me know, but otherwise I'll end this video because man, it's all everywhere.